just waiting for Chloe to get a few things before we head off to school, and I wanted to show you my garden this week. So this right here is phlox, and it's so pretty. It's a ground cover. You haven't really seen that blooming. My tulips are blooming really well. Look how sweet these little guys are. I'm sorry, you'll hear my keys jingling probably. I put in some daylilies. Transplanted them last night. Working on this garden bed. My sad end of the garden. Those are ajuga or bugleweed. And they're phlox. Look at these sweet little daffodils.
Oh, the strawberries are really good.
Strawberries are doing good, as Chloe just noticed. This one's starting to come a little bit more alive. Planted one of the lilac bushes there. Been working on this garden bed, so there is some digging around holes in there. Gonna be making some changes here. I love coming out in the morning. I don't know, everything seems really fresh. And an update, the apple tree actually looks like it's alive now. There you go, Skull. So I'm transplanting this red-headed fountain grass that I love so much. Highly recommend it. Spring is a great time for grasses. Make sure when you transplant, you bring over some of the soil that was with the plant, so that it has all those microbes and things that it's used to. And then make sure you got a hole big enough, which I need to make this bigger, for it to go in. Plant it at the same level. And adding to this flower bed next to my neighbor's driveway. So I moved a Rose of Sharon, pillar Rose of Sharon. Those are my lavender bushes that you've been seeing. Finally got them transplanted. Also have a new addition So I'm pretty excited about this. I love the leaves. They just almost seem like they look waxy and soft, but they're not waxy, and they almost have like a fern-like quality. But this is a rose, and it's a rugosa rose, red rugosa. I think the other name it goes by is the red Japanese rose. So this is hardy to zone 3, so if my neighbors are clearing their driveway, this can get extra snow and be fine. It's full sun to part shades, fast growing, mature size is 4 to 7 feet tall by 4 foot wide. Prune in late winter, early spring. It's supposed to bloom all summer into the fall and then have like the rose hips so you don't deadhead it. But I think 4 foot wide will improve my view from my window in my office. That will get taller than these bushes. I might back up so you can see it a little better. So those bushes here right now are about 3 foot high. So if it got 5 foot high, which is between 4 and 7, it'd probably be about that tall. And I would imagine that's about 4 foot wide. So I'm pretty excited about that. It takes a while for things to grow in, but it's worth it. It's fun to watch things grow and change too. So I'm gonna work on getting this. I have one more to plant next to it right here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, you guys, it has been a little while since I've videotaped this garden bed, but it's coming along. So I told you that we needed to make sure we cut out the holes for the plants that I put down. So that's what we're doing. See the hole? And then we're putting in the gravel now, and we've started it, but we've just been doing a little bit at a time. So it's coming along. Wanted to show you my garden. I have these hanging baskets that I've put Thumberdina or black-eyed Susan vines. This is my candy tuft. Bugleweed is the ground cover. This snow and summer, it will get bigger and have beautiful white flowers. I moved a perennial, so this is an okay time of year to do that. I moved it from under the window in my office to right there. I think this butterfly bush will be beautiful. Have some peonies coming up. Geranium. This is my lavender. I'm gonna do a short video on that just to make a homemade potpourri simmering pot with lavender and lemon. Sedum. This is a phlox, a spring flowering phlox. This is a mallow. I have some variegated iris. Creeping Jenny doesn't do too bad here. No, it can be really invasive in a lot of places. Look at these sweet daffodils. I just love them. They smell so good. I have an experimental plant there. It's Toronto red myrtle, crepe myrtle. So it's supposed to be hard to eat to zone 6. I put it in the sunniest spot, put stuff in for drainage, and help it grow. So I tried to move it by just kind of jiggling the plant, and it seemed like it was rooted, so we'll see. I just put this clematis here thinking I will train it up this tree. I'm gonna go around this side this time. So I have some rutabaga in here. I added these 2 plants for the color. I really like those opposite colors on the color wheel, the hot and the cold. I don't know, it's just hot. Love it. This is blue Jupiter, red bearded Jupiter, I think. This is I'm so sorry, I wasn't ready. I just thought, well, I could just fill my garden. That's a yarrow. This is a wintergreen creeper euonymus. I believe this is a milkweed, but I am trying to fill in this little section. This has been here for a couple of years now, but that is a potentia. Something else I've moved recently is this. This is a transplant. I'll show you sometime how I do that. I've got some going, but I've grown it from my Dibarella, a honeysuckle bush. It's a dwarf one, but I'm going to put a start here, and I think when it's full, it's going to look really nice because I have a lot of green, and then you'll have this little spot of red, which I love the green and the bright green and the red together. I planted my dahlia that we've seen on the side of the house many times right here. It's pretty close to the color of the dirt, so it's kind of hard to see. The candy tuft. Look how big the catmint's got. We have a new kitty in our house. Wasn't planning on, I'm allergic to, so I'll have to do updates on that. This is that valerian. It's a red valerian. I think it's called Jupiter's beard. Same plant as I showed you over there, but it's getting close to blooming. You can just see it trying, you know? It's getting close. Anyways, just a quick update. This is May 1st, so I would say this is mid-spring. I like those winter gem boxwoods because they have that yellowish tint to them too that I like with the red. We do some garden design on color. I'm gonna go over that. This I transplanted, so it's looking a little bit sad, but it's doing good. That's a phlox. No. Yeah, I believe it's a phlox. And then I put my other blueberry bush right there. Got some geranium. I cut this wintergreen euonymus way back. It used to take up this whole area here. And I've cut it way back. I've never liked it there. It's always just been really dominating. So I just cut it back really hard. So it's similar to the other side, and so far I really like it. These are dianthus that are coming up, so those will be pretty here soon. I think they usually bloom in June. My strawberry plants have got lots of flowers. I'm excited to see the strawberries coming out. Here's my black-eyed Susans. They're starting to come back. I transplanted a bunch of my daylilies. Those are Stella, I believe. Stella or Red Rocket, something like that. Yeah, some more bicolored irises. I love that yellow. Creeping Jenny. There's a piece of garbage. You just never know. It's like a paper towel, but I have hostas that are starting to pop up here on this side. It's a little more shaded. I moved that heuchera there. Some more peonies coming up. I transplanted peonies from the backyard because we put in gravel and they have struggled a little bit coming back, but nice. Husband's got the grass looking really good. We've been doing weed preventer and fertilizer. We also usually thatch it, but we didn't this year. This is bugleweed, or ajuga. It's been a little bit of a thug, but this little corner has been really hard to grow stuff in. This is that Diverilla honeysuckle bush that I have a start of in the other garden bed now. But this is one of the few plants that actually has blue flowers. So my color scheme for the flowers are red, yellow, and blue, or fuchsia and purple. Mainly the red, yellow, blue. There's my heuchera, the two colors of the red and the chartreuse. I burned my laurels. I think when I fertilized them, they just didn't like it. So it is what it is. My hydrangeas are starting to leaf out really good. This is my canna lilies and another hydrangea. So these two hydrangeas here are little lime. And then I have a transplant, like a bare root plant that I put here of another hydrangea that I don't know if it's gonna take off or not. We will see. That's half the fun. I tried to move it and it seemed rooted, so we will see what it does. I have some millennial allium here, more candy tuft. It's good to have a rhythm of similar plants planted throughout your garden, so you'll see that pretty much here. I have some more alliums that are about ready to put out their purple heads, but yeah, finally my apple trees leafed out. I'm glad to see it doing well. This is I don't know, what is this? I can't think of the name. If I think of it when I post this, I'll put it on there. My tiny Hawaiian 9 bark, my transplanted flowers, or grass. It's a good time to divide grass. That one never got divided except for those two pieces, so I separated it so you can tell which one's been there the longest. My bare root peace rose, planted canna lilies in the ground. So this garden bed is ready for mulch. I feel pretty confident. These red leafed are penstemon, and they're of a white flower, so they usually come up in June about the same time as daisies here. There's my other lilac. I have this pot that looks like it's spilling on purpose. That's how I have it in my garden. It's got a hosta in it. But yeah, thank you for joining me in my garden.
These hogs range in weight from 238 to 252.